Rousing reception. Hampshire in the final at home. Rose Bowl.
Finals day are amazing. The atmosphere that it creates is just spectacular.
Gets it away, Trescothick.
Right on the spot as well, Cork.
Just a push for 3.
That's some bat he's got.
You thrive on this sort of feeling of the buzz of the crowd. It's one of those days that, as a county cricketer, you're always striving to get to because they are so enjoyable as the day goes on.
Looks as if the majority of the crowd have stayed to the end. Looks like they're having fun and enjoying themselves. There's all sorts in. I don't know what half of them come out.
From what I can remember, we had quite a young squad, so it was a lot of excitement. Obviously, for a lot of them, it was their first final. I think we played the underdog role pretty well as well, because I think we were one of the least fancy teams. But I think having that home advantage definitely helped.
So you had myself and Craig Heathwetter opening the batting, with Pete Trigger coming in at 3, then you had Josh Butler, James Hildreth and then Curran Pollard all the way down. So we had a good side and we'd been pretty consistent for a couple of years. Our game plan for most T20s really was to be quite positive. We had an aggressive team that could go out and really take it to the bowlers.
The wide open spaces goes all the way, 6.
It was be aggressive in the top 6 overs and then continue on to try and get that big score.
Change of bowling, Abdul Razak.
Well, he was a dangerous player, Abdul Razak. We'd faced him, I think, in numerous games that we played. Probably bowled a little bit shorter, a bit more back of the length with the odd bouncer.
Clout. That's gone all the way, over the boundary, over the boards.
Trescothick continues to look in awesome form.
Flashing away into the leg side, Christian with a catch.
Well, check out the reaction of Hampshire players, but check out the reaction of Marcus Trescothick. He is absolutely livid with himself. He knows it was short, he knows it should have gone over the head of the fielder. Short enough, just clossed it.
They never really sort of got going, but Keezy obviously at the top of the order as a dangerous player, and he struck the ball quite nicely.
Craig went on to play in the World Cup winning team in 2010 in the West Indies, man of the match in the final.
There you go. In the middle you can put it right, and he started with a 6.
Well, this is Heathwetter at his best, isn't it? Giving himself just a little bit of room.
Unluckily, apart from the injury that he sustained, he would have had a pretty substantial career had it not been finished for that. But a fantastic player, very aggressive. The partnership that we forged at the top, we could really be quite destructive at times.
Up in the air, he's not got all of it. Mid-off tries to get round, it plugs a little bit, and well, that flicks his cap. Is that 5?
Cap. So it's not deliberate. Fine. It's over. Yeah. No. Not deliberate. Yeah.
Not deliberate, that's what Rob Bailey has just said. So there's the answer.
Again, that offside, again extra cover. This time Carberry tries to get round. He does get round, they're not dropping him. Wow. Just the wrong option with Pollard at the other end. So a good final over from Cork. Part 2 of the Cork-Pollard competition. Who's going to win it? Oh, he's hit him. He's hit him hard. Dominic Cork, first man up to him.
Yeah, Dominic Cork bouncer. Dom was always very competitive, and obviously his bouncer was always quite fierce. So, and back in those times, the helmet regulations were completely different, where the width of the gap that you could create was a lot bigger than what you can do nowadays. So it hindered us massively, because anything could have happened. He could have hit 3 or 4 sixes in that over. We know how strong he is and how far he can hit the ball. So to take him out of the equation was a massive loss for us.
And much needed last over from Dominic Cork, just telling the batsman to check that Pollard's okay, but he's done his bit of the work.
173 for 6 then. A good end for Hampshire, but still a very decent score posted by Somerset.
I thought it was a good score. I thought we had a good chance as it was, but it wasn't a total that you ever really felt we've got this game in the bag. I thought it was always going to be close. I can't remember too much about, in particular, sort of bowlers' spells or how many runs they went for, who got wickets, but I definitely remember the end of it.
Here we go then, the final 2020 innings of the summer. Hampshire need 174 from their 20 overs. Richard Illingworth just about to call play. Here we go then. Up and over the top and away for 4. Good forcing shot off the back foot. Cork, how would he love it to win this in a long and distinguished career, but he's not won too many trophies at domestic level. Oh, that's gone straight up now then. Oh, it's carried and carried and carried.
Well, he hits this one-handed, I'm sure.
Momentum is a funny thing, isn't it? And it can change within 1 over of a T20 game because it's so short. You know, when you get a couple of wickets, the pressure always builds, and I think then you realise that the game is coming back into your favour when it potentially has moved on a little bit.
Oh, that's skewed away over third man. Just the sort of innings that take the game away from Somerset. Gone again now then, this has gone miles in the air. Keyswetter is under this, the ball swirling. Keyswetter takes it, down on one knee. Trigo exclaims, come on. It's 60 for 1. Oh! Good fielding, oh, run out, brilliant. Stunning fielding, Hildreth has done it, and Vince has gone.
Well, we never got to that point in that game where we were really comfortable about what was going on. I thought we were always sort of clutching it back towards the end, especially the last few overs where we were having to get wickets to try and pen them back in.
Pulled away. Oh, he's dropped him! Compton, the sub. Oh, dear me.
What a big moment. That might be a game changer just there.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Bosh.
150 comes up, just 23 needed now. Problems for Trescothick.
Last chance salute.
Conversation from Trescothick here will be, we've got to bring a few men up. We've got to take a gamble. There you go. We can't just go to your normal field, 4 men in, lots of people on the boundary. Trescothick's brought 5 men up, so that's 1 more than he needs to. Mid-off's up.
In the air, catch up there, taken! Can't change this around, surely now. Michael Carberry, new batsman, 10 from 9 deliveries. High in the air, who wants it? Called by the keeper, Keyswetter takes the catch. Game on. We're down to the last over. And they've got something to play with, Somerset.
Where's your money now?
Danny Christian is on strike.
You know, for me, it was everything a final really should be. You know, it had drama, it had you know, quirky moments, it had big hitting, it had great bowling, it had, you know, everything.
Last 2 deliveries, 2020. Whacked away into the leg side. Oh, he stopped it. They're coming back for 2, they just need a single. He's pulled a muscle, I'm sure he has. Danny Christian's pulled a muscle, he's nearly fallen down in a big heat. He's gone in the hammy. Oh, they're going to need a runner. Blast delivery, Hampshire need 1.
It's the one game that still haunts me to this day.
He's got to have a runner, he can't move.
But the chaos of a runner at this stage. 1 needed, they just need 1 run, because on wickets they'd go through. Looks like they're going to take the gamble of a runner. They're just checking, yes.
Jimmy Adams is the runner. He's got to wear the same equipment as the man that he's running for.
There's going to be a problem here because Christian's going to be on strike. What do the umpires do? Because Jimmy Adams has got to stand somewhere. He's got to run somewhere where there's some kind of markings. There's no markings on the square.
Well, if he's going to run, we're going to need some white markings out here.
Poor old ground stuff. They've not had a long enough day getting rid of the rain. Someone calls for some white markings now. What is it? 11:15.
Whitewash!
Here he comes as well.
Nigel Gray, head groundsman. Where have you been with that whitewash, Nige? Could only be cricket, couldn't it?
Comes down to all this after 100 and whatever games. A white mark at each end.
Have they no homes to go to, these people? A wicket off this delivery, Somerset win. 1 run, Hampshire win.
Jimmy Adams had come out as his runner. The groundsman had come on and drawn the lines on. It had probably taken 5 or 6 minutes for the whole situation to get going again.
The biggest cheer of the night. Well done, Nige. Head groundsman. Right, 1 ball to go, 2 to win.
I'm at mid-wicket, the bowler, Xander the Brain, is running in, bowling at Dan Christian. And I completely forgot that Jimmy Adams is behind me.
1 man out on the deep at cow corner on the slog.
Right. Oh, big LBW shot!
The ball's bowled is a massive appeal for LBW, which I think if you watch the replay is out. So we're all watching where the ball's gone. I can't quite understand what is happening. In the meantime, Dan Christian's run down to the other end, and Kartik and Alfonso Thomas at 3rd man and backward point. The ball just trickled between them. So we're just looking at the umpires, it's not out, and then you're thinking, oh, we've lost.
Seems to be chaos out there. They're running onto the field.
And then there's just suddenly this presence, this air of like, well, the game's not finished. What's going on? What have I missed? And then the umpire came to me and said, you do realise if you'd have thrown the ball in and taken the stumps out and appealed, you would have won the game.
This game's over. This game's done and dusted. Hampshire have won it.
That's when that horrible sinking feeling comes in and you're walking off thinking, oh my God, we've just thrown it away. And that was it, done and dusted.
Fireworks going off. Hampshire win on their home ground.
Marcus, if I could grab you for just a quick word. It was a remarkable end. Were you aware at the end that Dan Christian was out of his ground and could have been run out?
Only after the event, really. I think it probably haunt me for a few years, I think, to that. I'll close my eyes tonight in bed and see us probably running him out. We're 8 years on from where we were, and it still lives with me to this day.